football fans. Hope you all had another good day today. Well, we are approaching week 11 in the NFL season. Now, before I get into the week 11 matchups in the NFL, I want to briefly touch on the Giants and Jets. Now, the Giants were in Chicago for the Bears. Now, we all thought it would be probably easy to beat the Bears because the Bears, quite frankly, are not that great of a team. Now, the Giants played pretty good for 3 quarters of the game. But in the fourth quarter, I don't know what happened with the Giants, but everything just fell apart. Jackson Dart has been taken out of the game because he got hit and he got a concussion, and he had to go into concussion protocol. Plus, the Giants were making all kinds of mistakes, and it ended up where they blew the lead and then eventually lost the game. Now, I'm not saying the whole game was bad because 3 quarters of the game they played pretty good. I mean, Jackson Dart scored 2 touchdowns, which is pretty good, and he had a pretty good game. But for some reason, that fourth quarter for the Giants is not good. They can't hold leads. I don't know what's with them. They can't hold leads. And this game against the Chicago Bears, they should have won. Because the Chicago Bears are not that great of a team. Not that great, I'm sorry. So, disappointed with the outcome of the game, especially that they played pretty good 3 quarters of the game, only to blow in the fourth quarter. So I'm disappointed in that. Now, Monday, and I was shocked to hear this, because I thought this would happen after the season was over. But, head coach Brian Daboll was fired from the Giants. And apparently, this call was made by the GM, Joe Schoen. So I guess they didn't want to wait till the end of the season, or they got tired of them blowing games like they did on Sunday against the Bears. And quite frankly, I don't think Brian Daboll has been doing a very good job in coaching this Giants team. And another thing, I'm not too impressed with their defensive coordinator, which is Shane Bowman. I don't think he knows he's not what he's doing. I'm surprised he still doesn't have a job. So the offensive coordinator will be the interim head coach for the rest of the season, and then probably during the off season to look for another coach. It's going to be very interesting of who they bring in as the next head coach. Very interesting. There's some people that suggest get John Gruden or Mike Tomlin or someone else. So we gotta wait and see what happens during the off season of who the Giants bring in as the next head coach. Now, John Mara released a statement saying that Joe Schoen will remain the GM for the Giants. And I don't totally blame him for the way the Giants played, because he don't coach the team. He just puts together the roster. And I don't think the players on the Giants are not that bad. The problem is I don't think they were coached properly. That's the problem. Because the Giants do have talented players on that team. And so you can't really fault that on Joe Schoen, because he just puts together the team roster. There's a couple of decisions that I disagree with Joe Schoen on, meaning that they He didn't bring back Saquon Barkley, and he got rid of Day Jones, who's now having a very good season with the Colts. But other than that, I don't think he's doing that bad of a job as a GM. So Joe Schoen is going to remain as the GM, and Brian Daboll has been fired, and their offensive coordinator will be the interim head coach for the remainder of the season, and then during the season, most likely they'll look for head coach. So we'll see what happens. What's next? Now, Giants are home against the Packers. Now, there's always a chance that they can beat the Packers, but I don't think they can beat the Packers because the Packers are just a bit better than the Giants. Although the Packers lost to the Eagles, so. But all I ask for this week is the Giants to keep this game close. Now, we already know that Jack Starr is going to be starting quarterback on Sunday against the Packers because he was taken out in the fourth quarter of last Sunday's game against the Bears, and Russell Wilson came in to replace him. So for all we know, Jackson North may not even play on Sunday, and they'll have to resort to Russell Wilson. But quite frankly, I think he's washed up. He's not that good as he used to be. I understand why the Giants signed him, especially the Giants have his other quarterback, James Winston. Now, why you should have him play on Sunday against the Packers if Jackson Dawes is no-go? Because quite frankly, I don't think Russ Wilson is as good as he used to be. I'm sorry. So, we'll see what happens on Sunday. Maybe the Giants will beat the Packers, maybe not. But we'll see what happens. Now the Jets, they won their second game of the season. They beat the Browns. Now, that was an easy team that the Jets played. Because quite frankly, the Browns stink anyway. Now, Jets have won their last two games. Now, is it the start of the winning a string of games, or just something just temporary? Now, this weekend, actually, tomorrow night, the Jets play Thursday Night Football on Prime Video, and they play against the New England Patriots in New England. Now, we know the Jets' track record against the Patriots. They can't beat them. And I don't think it's going to be that easy of a game for the Jets because the Patriots are having a pretty good season. I'm not sure if they're in first place or second place in the AFC East, but they're up there. So, Jets do have a chance of beating them tomorrow night, but I don't see that happening because for some reason they can't beat the Patriots. I don't know why, but Jets cannot beat the Patriots. If they beat the Patriots and make it 3 in a row, then it'll get interesting. But I don't see them beating the Patriots because, quite frankly, the Patriots are a bit better than the Jets. And we know the Jets' track history against the Patriots. They can't beat them. So that's all I got to say about the Jets. Now, let's get to these week 11 matchups. Tomorrow night, Thursday Night Football, which I just spoke about. We're going to have the Jets at the Patriots. On Sunday, we're going to have the Commanders at the Dolphins, Buccaneers at the Bills, Packers at the Giants, which I just spoke about, Panthers at the Falcons, Chargers at the Jaguars, Bears at the Vikings, Bengals at the Steelers. That's going to be a very interesting game. Texans at the Titans, 49ers at the Cardinals, Seahawks at the Rams, Chiefs at the Broncos. That's going to be another exciting game because the Broncos are doing very good this season. They may even be first place in their division. And the Chiefs, I'm disappointed of, they're not doing that great. Ravens at the Browns.